Okay, today we're going to continue our Binary Hero project. And so if you remember from last time, what we had done was we created a piece of code that would, whenever I push Z, X, C, or V, it would change the notes. So if I click the green arrow, Z, X, C, V, and then I could push any combination of those to make it display a different number. That's as far as we've got. Okay, so picking up from there, if you remember when we did our backdrop, we also set all of this and changed our notes by numbers. So all that should have happened. So to continue from there, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click this little blue button down in the bottom corner. And that's so I can add a different extension to this. I'm going to add the music extension. So now that I've added that extension, I'll go back to, say, note 1. Now I'm going to do a broadcast as well. So that if I push the V key, it's switching the costume to on, and I'm going to broadcast a new message. I'm going to call that message note change. And so now it's created a new message to broadcast, broadcasting note change. And if I go to my backdrops now, or my stage, I want it to now play a note. So I'm going to click on music down here. And I'm going to drag out play note 60. And I'll have it do it for 1 beat instead of 0.25. So now whenever I receive, I want to set it up so that it's going to play this note anytime I receive note change. So I'll drag out this event. When I receive note change, it's going to play the note 60. For 1 beat. I just realized I have my sound turned off. So you wouldn't be able to hear that. So I've set it up so that anytime I receive the broadcast note change, it's going to stop every other sound, and then it's going to play this noise for 1 beat. But now that it's doing that, it's always going to play the same exact sound every time. So I actually want to switch it so that it plays note 59. And then this one will change to plus notes because we've created that variable for 1B. So basically that's set up so that anytime I press the V button, it is going to play that note. But if I push the V button one time, it's going to play the note one time. If I hold down the V button, it's still only going to play it one time. So what I have to do is I have to add another piece of code in to my V button. It would make it continue to play until I stop pushing the button. So I can add a wait until loop underneath the broadcast note change, and then go into operators and do wait until it's not being pressed anymore. So wait until not key V is pressed. So now if I press V and hold it down, it'll play the note repeatedly. So it's continually playing the note. Okay, so our next step, if you've ever played Guitar Hero, is the notes have to scroll down the page in order for us to see them, so that we would know which key to press and when to press them. So in order to do this, we would have to add a new list. And those new lists are going to be notes and times. So we've never done a list before, but I can just go to variables and then make a list. I'm going to start with notes. And I can make another list and call it times. So in order to make my list for notes, press the little plus button over here. And I want you to add these numbers directly in. So I'm going to add 1, 1, 3, 1, 6, and 5. So those are my notes. And then for times, come over to this list. I'm going to add 5, 5.5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So what we did is we actually made it so that we can store some songs in our game. The notes list stored the notes of the song from 1 to 15 in order. The times list stores the times when the note should be played in the song. So what we've actually done is create a thing where now it says note 1, which is the middle C note that we have playing. It's going to play at 5 seconds. Then note 1 will again be played at 5.5 seconds. Note 3 will be played at 6 seconds. Note 1 will be played at 7 seconds. Note 6 will be played at 8 seconds. And note 5 will be played at 9 seconds. And if I click on the note sprite and click this to show, now you'll see that it pops up here. So from there, I'm going to click on costumes. And if I scroll down, you'll see that I have 15 different costumes it could be. All four, three of them in a different order, 2. So I have 15 different costumes. And if you remember from last time, we have 15 different notes that would be possibly played. So this note that's going to show up in here can be played 15 different ways, and I have 15 different costumes for the notes. Okay, so we still haven't gotten very far in this, but I think it's a good place to stop for today. Tomorrow we're going to advance into actually getting the notes to scroll down the screen, and to get a new note sprite created each time.